this model is not for the beginner model builder. That's right out front. That's to the stage we're at. This is not for a beginner model builder. It's very difficult because you're putting these pieces together and they have very little to hold each other together. So if you don't have experience building models, do not get this particular tank. We do plan on getting other KV2s in the future so we can do some comparisons. So without further ado, let's get going. So the next piece we're going to put on is this piece. My intent is to glue here and here, let that set, tape it, then come back and glue this part. As you can see, I've detached it from here because the distance between the two is very specific. And when I glued this side, there's a little bit of an overlap there. So it's not going to work well. But it's sealed and I can't break it now because it's sealed and I don't want to break it. So that's where we are. We're going to glue here, here, hold it, set it, and follow up by taping it to make sure it stays in place. I've also practiced putting it in place several times. Because I want to be able to put it in place the first time. Make sure the space is ventilated. God bless America. And we're going to hold it in place for it to set. I would say at least a good minute or two. I can already see there's some space in there. Like I said, this is not a beginner set. Everything else, I don't foresee a problem with anything else, but I could be completely wrong. But putting the whole together like this, if it would have been a one piece or a two piece preformed set would have been much better. All right, that looks like it's set. I don't even want to. Probably doesn't even need that because it's set. Put it like that. We'll come back in a couple hours and place this on. There's some overlap between the two pieces, so I've got a choice. I can either file one or just put it in there. Haven't decided which I want to do yet. Filing would take a lot of time. But it would probably be the smarter way. We'll see. All right, it's actually later the same day. Obviously, I don't have the light from the sun anymore, so I'm using the ring light over here, so you'll notice the lighting conditions have changed. I want to go ahead now and attach this side to this part of the hole here. Looks like it just sits in here. I'm not going to do any filing. It's just going to be a little defective, but we should be okay. And now we press and hold. And this way we can see what's next for tomorrow. Tank's like, damn it, you need to get some modeling tape. Well, I just made another order with Amazon today, so I don't think I'm gonna, we'll leave that alone. I don't think I'm gonna order any more stuff from Amazon because I'm not paying postage on it. All right, till next one. Okay, as you can see in step 2, we're gonna be putting in the return wheels and the what you call them, the pieces that the bottom wheels will attach to. So when we look at steps 2A and 2B in the diagram, you'll note that the wheels need to be painted black, because obviously on the back, on the return wheels, they have a really hard rubber that goes around the wheel. So to make that easier for me to do, what I've decided to do is, one, we take, so we've got C19, which is like the axle for the wheels, and I am going to take C19 I'm going to take the axle and glue it to the inside of the outside wheel. I'll let that dry, and then I'll be able to hold this up and paint the outside of the wheel, because if you're trying to paint like this, that's kind of hard to do because now your fingers are on the part that's painted. But by having the axle already glued in and dried, I can hold on to the axle and be able to paint around the wheel. That's what we're going to do for that. And then for the inner wheels, I've got some cooking toothpicks, and I will easily be able to paint around these, and then I'll put them over here. So as you can see, I just insert the toothpick, and then I'll paint them, put them up here to dry. And then so what I'm going to do now, the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and sand those a little bit to make sure that they'll fit in nicely. Glue these to the outer wheels, and then I'm going to paint these, and then we'll take a break. Once we're sure that those are set and dried, we'll come back and paint those. So without further ado. Looks like these clipped off nicely. Having the right tool for the job, I believe, is very important. All right, so those clipped off nicely. So next thing we'll do is take out our glue, and we will attach these to each of these. I think we can simply just put some on top. I almost think it may have been easier to have put the glue inside, but this seems to be working okay too. Try not to get any of the glue on your fingers to cause it to stick. Six. Make sure this is sealed nicely. Put that over there. Bring our black paint out, our brush. Now, I'm left-handed, so this is not probably the right type of paint to use this, but non-toxic water-based type acrylic paints produced for painting. These are actually for miniatures, which I don't have. I ordered the wrong paint. Whoa. What the hell? Oh my God. Alright, I don't know if this is going to work well or not then. This might not be the right paint at all. It spreads nicely. Kind of looks crappy to me, but we're learning, and the paint continues to ooze out of the bottle. This is really weird. And the reason I specifically poke these in this direction is this is I hope I did that right. Yes, this is the outside facing view of the wheel. So I wanted to make sure I know that. So that way when I'm painting it here, I don't have to worry about the inside. You probably won't even see it. When all is said and done, oh, a little bit of excess there. All right, there's the 6 inner wheels. I'm not going to touch these. I want to make sure that they're dry completely before I touch them. So we'll come back. I'll wash this out with water, and we'll come back and paint those. And then after we've painted those, we can actually assemble them, and we'll be able to assemble the shafts that will attach, as you see in diagram 2. We'll be able to assemble the shafts, C3s, and stuff like that. Actually, we could probably put E10 to C3, but first let's wash this out.